Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel. Today, oh boy, I have an update for everybody. And just like the title of this video says, my planner is not working for me right now. So I wanted to have a talk about it, and that's what we're going to do today. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I want to pull out this planner, and this is what I had put in my 2024 planner, lineup, and I had filmed an entire January setup video, and this is my A5 Stalogy. I guess this is just something that I had to start using it to fully understand that this layout really wasn't going to work for me, at least for the time being. And that's really heartbreaking because I love the A5 Stalogy and I love the layout. But I'm going through and I'm flipping just so you can, get a refresh of what my setup has been. Let's get this centered for everybody. Yeah. Okay. So a little bit more filled out than the last time y'all saw it, probably. But it basically took me 3 weeks of using this planner to realize that I wasn't happy in it, and I needed to make a change. And the reason for that is because of my daily pages. So I just want to show you how it's looking, because it's looking great. It honestly, it still looks so good. If only planning were all about how pretty I could make a page look, I think I would be set. But that's really not the reality of how planners go for us. And it took me 3 weeks of just kind of realizing that, wow, this needed to change. And I tried all kinds of different things in the layout that I had. I had been experimenting this whole time. I've been experimenting this whole time with all of my different daily pages, with all of my different weekly layouts. And it took me until this past weekend to just kind of throw in the towel and accept that the A5 Stalogy was just not going to work for the time being. I even set up February. February was already ready to go. And it was honestly, I think, the actual setup of February that brought this kind of crashing down onto my head. And I think if I were going to try an A5 Stalogy again, I guess I don't know. I would definitely just have to give a think to why this didn't work out this time around. There would be a lot. Okay, so that's basically what it had been looking like. I guess it all started with, I decided to put daily pages in between each of my weeks. The other thing that was different was this page is a redesign. I don't know if you can tell on the backside of this paper, but I originally had an Alistair method inbox. And I did that for about a week before I came to the realization that that was a lot of repeat planning. That was all I was planning here, and I was planning in that Alistair layout. And that was too much repeat planning, because then I was trying to go in to each of my days and make a to-do list. And that's originally what those daily pages were for. I also wanted to leave space for journaling. So I decided, let's give this page a redesign and take out the Alistair method and put back my different columns that I love to document in my weekly inboxes. The things that I like to document and just kind of categorize in different places for myself are my this week and to do, and then meal prep to clean, groceries to buy, errands, and happy mail. When I was in Hobonichi Cousin, I actually would put this whole entire thing in each weekly layout, kind of like at the bottom of the page where that 24-hour calendar is. So I was like, maybe I should bring those categories back. And so I basically took old Stalogy A5 notebooks and taped it over my Alistair inbox and then redesigned this page. Okay, so that was that was change number 1. So I decided, okay, yeah, I'm liking this. This seems to be a better fit for me. But then as the weeks wore on while I was planning, I have come to the realization that I don't love having my daily journal pages in between each week. That's a new revelation for me because I used to do that all the time with my B6 Stalogy a couple years ago. And I think maybe the difference was in the B6 Stalogy, I was more of a daily planner than I am now. I've encountered this layout that I love so much from Wonderland 222, where my weeks become my running to-do lists and I just migrate tasks forward. It kind of replaced the need for me to have daily pages because I was able to write all of that in the days of the week on that Wonderland 222 layout. So then me writing down my to-do lists became another instance where I was double planning and another instance of it just being a little too cumbersome to have to flip, here's my week, and then I'm trying to find the day, and then I'm going to write on that day. And then if I need to forward plan to the next week, I have to sift through, 8 pages of journals in between to even get to my next week. And I was getting lost. I know I could probably put tabs on each of the weeks, but that's too many tabs for me. I really don't want to have that many tabs to have to make each of my weeks accessible. I know I could probably where are my Midori clips? I could probably use the Midori clips and kind of move them forward and section off each week. I could probably do that so I could easily flip to each of my weeks. But I don't know. I really feel like the size and having to flip between so many pages to get to my next week because I've now become a weekly planner instead of a daily planner, that seemed like too much work. So at first, I thought, okay, well, the first week of the year is kind of a wash. I don't really have a lot going on. It's okay if I'm not reaching for my planner. The second week started. I then started reaching for my planner more, but, I kind of got a little bit annoyed by my daily pages. And then by the time I got to week 3, that's when I just finally acknowledged that these daily pages in the middle were a problem for me. And I did not like them. I was not reaching for my planner. It was constantly staying in my work bag. I wasn't even pulling it out during my work day to write down my task lists. I was like, that's just really overwhelming me right now, and I'm just going to not even deal with it. Here's what has worked really well is having my journal pages so integrated into my calendar, but then that is becoming cumbersome. So I was like, what do I do? Because I have really enjoyed having a free page to journal with. And a lot of times I was getting my journaling done on my lunch break. I would just kind of sit in my office with my food. I've been very busy and I normally try not to eat in my office. But because I've been so busy, I've just kind of been squeezing in a lunch break whenever I can. And so then I would journal while I was eating my food. And that ended up being a really fun experiment for this last week. And so that did kind of reiterate to me that I do still want to have some type of journal page integrated into my planner system. I would still really like things to be in one book. Okay, so after 3 weeks and setting up a whole month of February, I finally kind of threw in the towel and was like, I think we need to rethink things and move on from the A5 Stalogy. Gosh, that sucks, because I love the A5 Stalogy. So it really was giving me flashbacks of the Hobonichi Cousin and why the Hobonichi Cousin doesn't work for me in the daily pages. And it's a very hard feeling to describe. The other thing that became cumbersome was like, I think if you had been following like this 2024 planner saga, you'll have seen that I was extremely unsure of how I was going to incorporate my 2-book planner system into my lineup, because I like to have one completely dated planner to do all of my forward planning, and then I like to have my bullet journal to do like my dailies and my weeklies and just do the in the moment planning that I need. And having this back in my work bag with this and all the stickers and the folder that I keep with it. And then I tried my personal size rings and I tried the Hobonichi Weeks, and it just bulked up my work bag. And I could size up in bags. Like, I do have a bigger bag, but like, why would I do that when the work bag isn't the problem? It's like the amount of stuff I'm putting in the work bag that's the problem. This week, I had a brainstorm. I was honestly so close to like, do I need to buy a new Sterling ink planner? Do I need to buy a new Wonderland 222? Do I just need to start from scratch? Do I need to repurpose my Faith planner, which is my A5 Sterling ink? Like, what do I need to do? Because I already had like a blank A5 size kind of laying around, and I was like, I could repurpose this. There's nothing wrong with that, because it wasn't the size of the actual planner. Like, if I just had a thin folio with nothing else, I could make this work, because then I wasn't carrying everything. I even was like, do I need to get a standard size Sterling ink notebook and try the N1 or the N2 horizontal layout? Because this is the ink journal that I currently have, this is a standard size Sterling ink notebook. So I know the size is totally fine and it wouldn't take up that much room, but I'd still get the height. I swear, I was doing so much kind of overthinking. And then I was like, you already kind of spelled out what you were going to do in your 2024 lineup. Like, you already talked about this. You had said, if A5 isn't going to work for you, then the system that does work for you, like, this is your backup plan. And the backup plan is to go back to both of my B6 notebooks. And they fit in one folio. I still get my 2-planner system, which is the one that I even filmed on my channel. And it's one slim thing to put in my work bag. I don't know why it took me 3 weeks to get to this point, to be like, why aren't you going back to what was working so well for you in Q4? So anyways, all right, as a refresher, here's my 2-book planner system. The top book is the dated Wonderland 222, and I have it sectioned off in my weekly layout to do all of my forward planning. So I have the top row as my home row, then I have my work row, then I have the daycare row, and then on the weekends, since, I work Monday through Friday, not a lot happens on the weekends, and I don't need to put a lot there. I was like, this is already set up. Like, you already set yourself up for success with this one, so might as well pull this out, and get to work and use it and get to work. This was already set up and good to go. And then the only thing that I really had to do the work, and you're going to think I'm a little bit crazy, but there's still some setup in here that I have yet to do. But all I had to do was just put together my B6 bullet journal. This is a B6 Sterling ink half-year notebook. So this comes with 270 pages in it. And I had already done the calculation when I did my 2024 setup. If I go with my bullet journal style, and if I would still like to have those like daily journal pages built in, I would need to use 3 half-year notebooks from Sterling ink. because I was kind of calculating maybe needing to use 50 pages per month, around 50 pages. And I could fit in 4 months equally into 3 different notebooks for Sterling ink. And this one was already set up and ready to go. Okay, so just on the front cover, I've had this Post-it note with all of my signifiers on there. Like, I've basically just moved this Post-it note from planner to planner for over a year now. This is like the same one. So I brought my Post-it note back. And then this is the same decoration that you saw from the 2024 planner stack video. This is Paper Minty Studios, and I stamped it to say that this was going to be January through April 2024. So basically just the first 4 months of the year. I have my trackers again, and yes, I did go back and fill out because I wanted January to be complete, just give a complete look to it. My months look ahead for the first 4 months of the year, future log, reading log, and then here I am in January, or chapter 1. I had to go in and shop my stash, so that's, I guess, like the good thing about being a planner sticker hoarder. I did have enough in my stash to like set up 2 months of themes without needing to reorder Sterling ink stickers, because my Sterling ink sub kit is what goes in. I ended up using all of the February stickers already. So my February sub kit was already used. I couldn't peel these stickers up. So I did have to shop my stash a little bit, but I still think it worked out pretty okay. So this is a planner kit from Let's Plan It, a Canadian planner shop. I really do love all of their kits. They do some really great Hobonichi Cousin kits, Hobonichi Weeks kits. And basically, like, I've just found that, like, I loved their stickers. Like, there wasn't an excess of things that I did or did not need with their kits. And they do a lot of really great, like, decor kits as well. This was Paper Minty Studios, because she's sitting on a log, and I thought she fit with the theme, but she was from like a fall stash of stickers. And then I printed the vellum from Sterling ink, the freebie, because I did still want to have this blue theme going through. So here's the revised version. I went through and I back planned the 3 months that didn't work out in the A5 and updated everything to the B6. Back planned here, and I have decided to take away like the extra line where I was like, I'm gonna have a home to-do list and a weekly to-do list. I'm just taking that out and making my weeks my to-do lists again, because then I can just migrate my tasks forward. And you'll notice that I put all the weeks next to each other. So that was the big change that wasn't as functional for me in the way that I had that A5 set up. And so this feels cleaner to me. It feels less chaotic because I can just flip from week to week to week and put all of my tasks in there. And then if I get to the end of the month, I then dated 31 days for January, and I just used a date stamp that I have because I didn't want to reorder any Sterling ink stickers just because I set up a notebook that isn't working for me anymore. I didn't want to have to pay the physical price again of needing to set things up. So my plan is to go and transcribe my journal entries and my therapy notes and all the notes that I was putting in the daily pages, because I really did love that. And I want to have like a living and breathing journal condensed into one book with my planners. So like, I don't want to have to go back to this one to just journal. That might seem a little bit crazy and a little bit daunting and maybe a little bit repetitive. I just know that might make me a little bit happier though. So I decided to move all of those daily journaling pages to the end, because I decided these pages, they're really I'm not going to make them my to-do list pages. I'm going to make them my whatever pages, my daily journaling pages, or whatever notes I want to take. They're not going to be the to-do lists. The to-do lists have migrated all back to here. This way I'm not repeat planning. This way I'm not like writing things 5,000 different places and then flipping between a whole week's worth of stuff just to get to my next to-do list. So hopefully this will work. Now January, 31 days, it's an odd number, so I don't have anything on this page yet. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do right there. Maybe I'll do like photo memories or something. I'm not sure. That's typically what I do in my Wonderland 222. Can't hurt to have lots of photo memories. And then I did the same thing with February where I set up my month already. Again, used the February Vellum freebie from the Sterling Ink Facebook group. And then these stickers were all stickers that I have had stashed away, and washi tape. So the washi tape is some old Paper Minty Studios, and the sticker kit is old Paper Minty Studios. So I was able to shop my stash again and have like a really cute light theme to go with it. So found all the date dots. These are old Sterling Ink date dots. Some old Planner Monkey Co. And I did all of my things that I love to have. My Emojis calendar, my meals calendar, my gratitudes for my husband and my son, my sleep tracker, and then put my weeks up again. And these stickers are from Orange Umbrella Co., I believe is the shop. And she does a lot of cool like fonts for functional stickers. So again, shopped my stash. And then I did the same thing at the end of February with those daily pages. And already this does feel good, like size-wise. Like I said, it feels cleaner to have all of my to-do lists in one spot and I'm not flipping back and forth. And then I'll still have the ability to journal and maybe even take my lunchtime journaling with me in this B6 size. And I have these pencil boards, these clear pencil boards from Lauren Phelps Designs. So the idea was I would just kind of put the pencil board, I mean, you know what a pencil board is for, but I would basically put the pencil board in whatever my spot is for the daily journaling. Yeah, I feel really good. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm not the only one. This is the first time I think that I've really felt that like decision paralysis when it came to planners. And I was trying to eliminate that because I basically was like, you're a Bujo person, you're a bullet journal person, just do your bullet journals. But because I can basically create whatever layout I want, then the indecision was like, but I love all the sizes. So I'm just going to go back to this and see how it goes. And if I go with the B6 size for the full year, like I know that this layout where it's just 2 books in 1 folio, this will work. So I hope that video made sense to you. I really felt very rambly and I was just trying to get my thoughts out. And if anyone else out there was kind of in the same decision paralysis, or if you were also kind of like using your planner system for 3 weeks of the year already and you're like, this isn't working, I want to be someone in solidarity with you to say, it's okay to change it up if you need to, because we have to have planners that work for us in order for them to work. And I really didn't want to struggle through the other size anymore and carry that into a whole new month while I waited for the next Sterling Ink sub kit just so I could decorate again. I didn't want to do that. And so, yeah, just set up a new bullet journal. That's why I had that one on reserve anyway. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. That really helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate everything that you do for me and showing your love and support for this channel. And yeah, you know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later. Bye!